Today on another episode of Fully Loaded, wings and things, everything chicken, high heat cooking. Let's get after it.
Have you ever wondered how to get the most out of your pit boss? Welcome to Fully Loaded, where I teach you how to unlock the full potential of your pit boss grill. Learn new recipes and pick up strategies to cook full meals. Load those grills to the max and unleash flavor like never before with expert tips and tricks. Pit Boss Fully Loaded is your ultimate grilling guide.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Fully Loaded. Today we're going to be doing some wings and things, and so we're going to be doing orange chili glazed chicken wings, followed by tandoori style marinated chicken thigh and leg quarter, followed by a buttery barbecue chicken breast. So stay tuned and let's get into it. All right, first recipe we're going to be starting with today is going to be a buttery barbecue chicken breast. We're starting with about a dozen 6-ounce chicken breasts. You have a few different options when it comes to picking your chicken breast. You can get them either weighed by your local butcher, or you can buy the larger chicken breasts that are random size and you can cut them to equal size pieces before we move into the cook process. And so the first thing we're going to do here is that we're going to baste or coat the chicken breast with some avocado oil, and then we're going to season with our famous maple chipotle rub. All right. Basting your chicken breast is pretty important, seeing how it's pretty lean. A chicken breast can be rather unforgiving at times because you can easily dry it out. And so basting as you go and coating the chicken with oil before you grill is a pretty important step. So I'm just going to kind of give it a generous amount of our rub before we mix it and move right towards the grill. Give it one last mix, let it sit for a second, we'll move right onto the grill. Now we're ready to move over to the grill with our chicken breast. We're going to be cooking all of our menu items today between 450 and 500 degrees. Keep in mind we're only going to be cooking our chicken breasts right at about halfway before we move them from the grill, place them in the pan. We're going to glaze them with our buttery barbecue sauce. All right. You might notice that a few of the chicken breasts may be sticking to the grill grate. It's kind of normal with such a lean cut of chicken. Again, basting and coating your protein with oil is a very important step before grilling. And there we go. Another few minutes and we'll pull them off. As always, cleaning your grill grates as you go is a good practice, especially when you're cooking multiple menu items in one day. Just give it a good once over with your Pit Boss grill brush and you're good to go. All right, now that we're at this stage on our chicken breast menu item today, I'm gonna go over our buttery barbecue glaze. And so you can use 2 cups of your favorite barbecue sauce. I also added another cup of unseasoned chicken broth. And then I also added 4 tablespoons of butter. And I heated the mixture just to where the butter has melted and incorporated into the liquid. This is what we're gonna pour over our chicken breast. We're gonna set that off to the side until it's time to finish it, so all of our menu items come off the grill at the exact same time. Not really worried about trying to coat the chicken breast fully just yet, because when we put it back on the grill, we can baste as we go. So what we're gonna do is just give it a nice little once over. And there we have it. We're also gonna top with about 6 sweet mini peppers. It's just mixed color. I'm just gonna put it over the top, add a little bit of a dynamic to our menu item today. Now we're gonna set this off to the side. We're gonna move into our next menu items, and then we're just gonna pop this back on the grill so all the items come off at the same time. All right, moving right into our next recipe on today's episode, we're gonna be doing a tandoori marinated leg and thigh quarter. So what we have here is a yogurt-based marinade. It consists of garam masala, coriander, cumin. You also have some ginger and garlic in there, as well as a couple of more spices. I went ahead and marinated this last night because it's the longer you let it sit on the marinade, the better it's gonna be. And so we can move right into firing this off on the grill. And whatever marinade that's left in this pan, we're gonna save it and we're gonna continue to baste our chicken breast as we cook. Let's get right into it. All right. And as a reminder, we have our grill set at 500 degrees. So grilling between 450 and 500 degrees is gonna be optimal for this recipe. Remember, we're gonna keep the love in this pan so we can baste our leg and thigh quarters as we go. Oh yeah. We're just gonna open up our grill and baste our chicken with the pan drippings that was marinating the chicken overnight. Now we're just gonna close the grill and let this chicken continue to cook. Time to move into our third and final recipe on today's episode. Today we're gonna be doing an orange chili glazed chicken wing. The base of this marinade is an orange marmalade. It also has things like fried chili flake, ginger chili flake. I have these marinated, letting them sit overnight, and also kept some half of the marinade on the side, which we're gonna be glazing our chicken wings after they're cooked. All right, now we're just gonna remove our chicken wings from the bag into our pan. We're gonna move right onto the grill. Oh yeah. Right. We're gonna start the grill process on this on the upper rack. We're gonna let them cook about 3/4 of the way through before we move them to the bottom rack and put our color on it. All right. We're getting into the final stages of our chicken leg and thigh quarters. We're gonna go ahead and give it its final flip and let it carry on over. Oh yeah, that looks delicious. that's gonna be amazing. Hey guys, if you guys have been watching this far, make sure you comment down below winner winner chicken dinner, and check out in the description for a promo code so you can get your very own magnetic rechargeable Pit Boss thermometer. This thing works perfect for checking the internal temperature of our chicken today. Let's get right into it. It's important to remember when you're checking the internal temperature of your chicken, you want to check as close to the bone as possible without touching the bone to get a more accurate temperature. Here we are, we're probably about another 4 or 5 minutes out. We'll be ready to pull this chicken in plate. And then at the same time, I need to flip these wings. We'll let these go for about another 10 or 15 minutes. Remember to temp as you go, cook the temperature, not the time. All right, folks, now that we're at about 148 degrees on our leg and thigh quarters, remember those chicken breasts that we marked off a while ago and sauced up? It's time to get those back on the grill so everything comes off at the same time. All right. And there we go. All right, folks, it's time to check our leg and thigh quarters. We're right at about 25 minutes into our cook. Let's see where we're at. We're trying to remove somewhere around 158 to 160 degrees, and then we'll just let them sit out at room temperature to carry over cook. Oh yeah. Perfectly done, folks. Now that our tandoori chicken is ready, we're gonna set this aside, let it rest. We're gonna move our orange chili glazed wings to the lower rack, get a little bit of char on them before we glaze those. And by that time, our chicken breasts are gonna be ready to come off and we can serve it all at the same time. All right, now we're ready to move our wings down to the lower rack so we can get a little bit of a char on them right before we toss them in our glaze. Get in my belly. Yeah. All right. Just gonna let those go just for a few more minutes so we can get a nice char on them. We'll remove them and toss them in our glaze. All right, it's just been a few minutes. Now it's time to remove our wings and toss them in our orange chili sauce. All right, now it's time to get to plating. All right, here we go, folks. Charred orange chili glazed wings for the win. A little bit of toasted sesame seed. Last but not least, a little bit of thin sliced green onion. All right, now it's time to set these off to the side. We're gonna plate our tandoori chicken and our barbecue chicken. All right, our buttery barbecue chicken breasts are almost done, but in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and plate our tandoori chicken and leg quarters. All right, look at that. And we have a few of those extra sweet mini peppers. We're just gonna garnish with that, a little bit of chopped parsley, and we're gonna serve it with some of the marinade that we didn't use on the side. And there you have it, folks. Tandoori style grilled chicken and leg quarters. Now it's time to move on to our final recipe. Our chicken breast had just hit 155 degrees. We can go ahead and remove that from the upper rack and we're gonna plate it on this platter right here. Oh yeah. And there we go. Notice how the chicken breast is not just saturated in a strong tasting barbecue sauce. This should have a nice savory sweet touch to it. We're gonna save some of these drippings. We're gonna put them in a little cup so we can serve it with our chicken breast. We're gonna garnish with a little bit more sweet pepper and some chopped parsley. There you have it, buttery barbecue chicken breast, right off your Pit Boss Grill in your backyard. And there you have it, folks. Another fully loaded episode in the books. We got our charred orange chili glazed chicken wings. We got our tandoori marinated leg and thigh quarters, and we also have a buttery grilled chicken breast. Make sure you like and subscribe below and comment and let us know what you want to see in future episodes. All right, I guess the only thing that's left to do is go in there and get a bite. There it is. Charred orange chili glazed chicken wings. That's really good. Tandoori marinated leg and thigh. Buttery grilled chicken breast. Wow, all three of these turned out really great. It's time for me to go finish what I started. I'll see you guys on the next Fully Loaded.